First of all, Deepak, thank you so much for inviting me in this forum. Rather, actually, I was part of this forum for quite some time when I was working with HP around 4.5 years back, and moved into the telecom business, Vodafone, and working there actually for quite some time. So personally, I wanted to join this forum because there are a lot of things which this forum does, especially the IT channel partners. They do a lot in terms of building up the overall capability of the the customer organizations. But I was not feeling appropriate that I was looking for the appropriate time that when should I come to attend this forum. So before coming and attending this forum, we should have something relevant for this forum. Then only we should come and add some value. And during last couple of months conversation with Deepak, we realized that yes, this is the right time for us to join this forum because the kind of work which we are doing now as telco, and I was amazed when I see all these logos. Most of these logos are from IT. I would say that apart from Vodafone, I think rest of the logos are from IT. And I'm just thinking that why a telco is there in this forum. The reason is the convergence is happening. All IT channel partners are moving towards, or rather I would say the customer demand is changing, where the customer is expecting that when any channel partners, sorry, not audible? Audible, not audible? Audible. I think on the back, is it okay now? Huh? Not audible, guys. Can I use this mic? Is it audible now? Hello? Is it okay now? Priyank? No? Is it okay now? I'm using collar mic also. Is it okay now? I think I need to speak more louder, maybe. So this is the platform where I thought let me also come and join you guys and share that what we are doing in this space from a telco lens. I just want to show it to you that how things are changing in the enterprise space and what we are doing as a telco, as a Vodafone Idea Limited company, what we are doing, how we are expanding our overall portfolio and how that portfolio is relevant. And I want to highlight to you that if you are an IT partner, the kind of portfolio which we have built up over a period of time as a telco, I feel, it's my personal feeling that it's pretty relevant, and there's a lot of opportunities which you as an IT partner are leaving, on table for the at the customer front for others. So I just want to show it to you that how our portfolio from Vodafone can become a very relevant portfolio and help you to expand your overall portfolio in front of the customers and help customers to grow in their overall digital journey. So let me show you a couple of slides to give you an overview about a background that how things are changing, especially from telco's lens, because telcos are becoming very important for this country, from the digital India $5 trillion economy which our Prime Minister is driving. Because if you see if you pick up a couple of data points, in India, the overall data consumption, which all of us are doing, is close to 10 GB per month per user. At 100 crore population, meaning that 100 crore people who are using mobile phone, and out of 100 crore, close to 45 crore customers who are using data. The rest of the customers are still not on data because people are there who are still using feature phone and not on smartphone. So out of 44 crore customer base, which is more than almost 1.5 times the population of US, the data consumption is 10 GB. This is as per yesterday's report, which the telcos have published their report. 10 GB is the average data consumption per month per user, whereas the US is close to 3.5 GB per month per user. So we are almost 2.5 times of US. Generally, when we compare, anything against US, we are almost, multiple times lower than US. But this is one data point where we are multiple times higher. So that's the kind of, the data consumption. And that's one of the key element of showing it to you that how the overall digital journey of our customers are moving in that direction. But there are other data points also, like 70% of our customer base is still offline, meaning that completely offline, and less than 3% of our customers are fully online, meaning that they are fully digital. Less than 3% of the companies in India. And when I say companies, meaning that the government of India is talking about that there are close to 60 plus million customers exist. But at least, I don't know that data, but at least 12 million customers who are registered with government of India under GST is the potential base for anyone. The current challenge is that out of that 12 million, all industries are only running for top 1 million customers. The rest of the 11 million customers are still not tapped by anyone. The reason is most of those customers are still not using any kind of technology. They are completely manual. They fall under that category of that 70% who are fully offline. They don't use any technology. They are still running their business in a traditional manner. The reason is 90% or more than 90% of the Indian businesses are being run by families. And our observation basis, one study which we did actually from our company, that whichever business, where second generation is joining, they are using technology, and basis the technology adoption, the growth is coming. But when, parallelly when the government of India is doing a comparison and benchmarking with China, because there the companies are using technology, even though they have not published any data, but in a couple of forums where I am attending, they are sharing that the Chinese companies are almost growing 8 to 9% faster as compared to Indian small businesses. The reason is simple, that technology adoption in India is far lower as compared to China. So that is one area which I think all of us can work together and add value and help our customers in their digital journey by pushing them towards technology. So there are a lot of work which is happening across the industries, a lot of work which is being done by Government of India where to solve these problem of technology adoption. But if you see the data points, I think you all are reading newspaper, barring last couple of quarters where the GDP, growth prediction is much lower. But otherwise, in India, we are talking about 7% plus, GDP growth. So we are living in that kind of economy. Our population is definitely becoming positive. The reason is, 45% or more than 45% of the population is a youth population, and youth is moving into driving technology. And if you see on the right side of my slide, there are changes which are happening in our country. One is a societal change. The societies, there are a lot of changes are happening in the society. The example which I have given it to you, that how we are consuming data, for our official purpose, for our personal purpose, how we are consuming data by using all the latest gadgets, by streaming TV on the mobile. So the way the new businesses are coming up, if you talk about the new range of customers, there are a lot of startups, the tech-based startups who are coming in India, building up their business model. One of my favorite example is that when people compare old business versus new business, so there are companies like Zomatos and Swiggies who are also doing the same business what a traditional restaurant is doing. But people like Zomatos and Swiggies, they are showing a huge growth in their business, whereas a similar business is being done by a restaurant guy, and he's crying that my business is regrowing, whereas a Zomato is saying my business is growing. According to me, Zomato is also doing the same business, but in a different manner using technology. And his business or their business is growing, where the other guy who is still doing a business without any technology is not growing. Digital distribution and procurement, I'm sure all of us are experiencing that the distribution is becoming more and more digital. The last quarter, the Amazon published a report in the Economic Times, which I read it, and the report was saying that in the last $1 billion sale which Amazon run, 99.7% of the pin codes, they placed order on Amazon. So that is another data point to show that how our data consumption, or how the overall consumption of data through telcos, and how telcos are reaching out to each and every nook and corner of the country to enable and make our the user base more digital. Whether it's an enterprise user base or a consumer user base, everybody is going digital. They are buying. All of us are buying in a personal capacity through digital, online. Similarly, many of us, or many of our customers have started buying online. I met Amazon team on the other day, and they're talking about that they have already started, the e-procurement for their end customers, meaning that they are doing procurement, or rather I would say that they are doing e-procurement for the large enterprises through their portal. So that's the way, the distribution and procurement is becoming more digital. Digital workplaces, yesterday, our CEO did address 11,000, employees of Vodafone Idea through a digital platform. And that's what is happening, on a notice of 15 minutes rather, he came on the platform and he is able to address. That's the power of a digital platform where, the large corporates have started using it. I have seen that small, the businesses are also, started using. So the overall workplace is becoming more digital. All our large customers as well as small customers, they want to be digital. When their employees are going out in the market, with the help of our propositions, they are able to manage their employee in a more effective manner because they are able to know that, where the employee is going. They are able to track their performance. They are able to track their productivity. They are able to track that how much time each employee is spending on which customer, because they are able to see that on their the map by sitting in their office. And that's the power of the overall digitization which is happening across large as well as small enterprises. Digital machine is one area. According to telco, or from the telco's lens, you will see that from our side, most of the human are already connected. In India, if I say there is a 130 crore population, 100 crore people are already using mobile, 45 crore are already on data, but the machine is one area which is now getting connected. So our focus is, with the help of our IoT technology or Internet of Things or machine to machine, there are different terminologies which we all of us are using it. The devices are now getting connected. And I'll show you a couple of data points that what's the base of devices. But you talk about any car. So if you see, we recently, helped Kia to launch their car, which is a fully connected car powered by, the Vodafone. The water purifiers are getting connected. Scooters and bikes are getting connected. The ice cream carts are already connected with the help of IoT technology. You think about any machine, is now getting connected. So that's the new, era of growth which is coming from the telco side, that how IoT is going to get the real growth in this space. Let me just show you a couple of data points quickly, whatever I've talked about, just to justify that what I've said today, that in the last 5 years, the data consumption in India has gone up 16x, 16 times. And I've already shared the data with you. The next 5 years, there will be close to 85 crore customers in India who would be on data, which is currently 46 crores. The e-commerce example which I have given it to you, in the last 5 years, the e-commerce business has grown 70%, but still, only 2% of the buying is happening in India on digital platform, and that is going to become 7% in the next 5 years' time. So still is a huge growth, but that 7% is a bigger number. It looks very small, but if the 7% of the buying is going to happen, the kind of opportunities which e-commerce is going to bring to all of us is humongous. The third data point is that digital payment, which we are tracking it very, very closely, has grown every year in the last 3 years, is growing 50%. And if you see the number on the right side, this year there is close to $10 billion transaction, but in the next 5 years, this $10 billion is going to become $190 billion. So that's the way the digital payment is going to shape up. But this 190 billion is basis our today's visibility. You never know how this data is going to transform in the next couple of years' time. Connected devices, which I was talking about, IoT, is growing at 28% year on year. But according to me, the growth in the last few years is very low. What we see in the next 2 to 3 years' time, the growth is tremendous. If you see on the right side, the data point which I'm showing it to you, currently there are close to 200 million devices are already connected by IoT. But this 200 million is going to become $2.7 billion, 2.7 billion devices in the next 5 years' time. So that's the way the connected world from the devices point of view is going to grow. Last but not the least, you all are experiencing, and especially people who are from Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, and obviously now it's no more a Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore game as far as the startups are concerned. When I visit Coimbatore or when I visit Jaipur or even Udaipur or Chandigarh or Ludhiana, so even those kind of cities also now experiencing, the startups are getting exploded. The current challenge for us is that there are very few startups who are able to grow, but that space is going to become very critical for us, because the key reason is that many of these startups, and we have multiple examples now, that the companies who were startups around a couple of years back or few years back are now billion-dollar companies. And if we engage them in the right place, because they are the guys actually who is going to use technology right from the day one. And it's important for us that we should focus on this area and we should see. So as per our discussion with NASSCOM, there are close to 8,600 startups in this year, but in the next 5 years, as per NASSCOM, they are saying that there will be close to 100,000 startups would be there in India. So that's the way the startup business is growing. And all these data points are from the telco's lens, that how different data points are showcasing it to you that the overall growth is coming in India. This is one relevant slide for a lot of channel partners. I'm just trying to show it to you that the old revenue, again, this is more from the telco's lens. If you see on the left side, that we as a telco were only doing voice and data business, in the past. If you see now, we are doing data connectivity. The focus was more on selling more and more data, connecting customers, getting customers on data, so that a lot of new business models, should be able to develop. That is already happening. The 2G, 3G, 4G, that wave is already established. More or less, everybody is on 4G now. As far as the metros are concerned, still, we have a huge 2G base. You will be surprised that there are close to 35 crore customers who are using non-4G devices, and they're on 2G because they are using feature phone. But that is going to also, grow very fast. That people will transform from 2G devices or feature phone devices to smartphone, and they will be on 4G. But if you see on the middle, that in the current scenario, this data connectivity is getting transformed into managed services. So a lot of managed services solutions, our partners are anyways started selling. And when I say our partners, is whether they are a telco partner or they are IT partner, you all are in that space where you are selling managed services. But the moving forward, how your revenue is going to grow is that you are going to add overall cloud services. Whether you are a telco partner or IT partner, or I would say in the new world is a converged partner of both IT and telco, where you are doing both IT business as well as telco business. You have to do both SaaS as well as the IaaS based products, because the customer life cycle is changing. Now if you are selling a data center, you can't sell a data center without connectivity. Or if you are a telco partner and if you are only selling bandwidth as a connectivity, you can't sell only bandwidth without supplying a data center. Similarly, if you are a hardware partner and if you are selling only laptop, you can't sell only laptop without software and security products, and vice versa. And if you are connecting your office or your customer's office as an automated office or an automation, you can't do that without selling or without proposing community or the communication based products. So that's the way the life is going to change, or is going to change from the customer's front. And it's important that you as a channel partner and we as service provider needs to help you, needs to enable you, so that you should be able to do that and you should be able to help your customers in their overall life cycle. So that's the bigger change which is happening in this space. This slide will just give you an overview that we as a telco, what all we do. If you see on the right side, extreme right side, we are talking about what is our strength. Our strength is that as a Vodafone Idea, we are present in close to 190 countries, from the network point of view. So if you have any global customers, the connectivity can be anywhere in the world. So we are 80 plus subsea cable stations are there from our side, meaning that the undersea cable or fibers are already there with us, where we can provide, as I said, we can provide data services, and I'm talking about the fixed data services anywhere in the world. So largest fixed and mobility coverage in India as well as in the globe. There are more than 300 data centers which currently are using to take care of our network. But tomorrow all these data centers can become data centers for providing data center services to our end customers. And just think about it, there is one large data center based out of Delhi, Bombay or Bangalore, or maybe Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore together. Or there is a scenario that there are 300 data centers which we have as a telco. And if we start enabling them to provide services to our customers as a data center, the kind of, the environment which we can create, because if the data center is locally present, which is close to the customer, how that local data center can solve a lot of latency issues. We never thought of in the past, but now we are moving in that direction, and we are transforming our overall journey, that how can we help to our customers in their digital journey. So there are products like cloud telephony as a product, or there are, the products related to conferencing, or there are toll-free services, or there are, products related to SIP. And on the left side, these are the kind of, solutions which are coming from telco side, that we are talking about smart campus, where we are making the overall campus smart, a connected, campus. We are talking about smart cities. We are talking about, the smart transport. The government is very soon coming back with AIS 140 ruling, where all commercial vehicles, or passenger vehicles needs to be connected with hardwired device, with a arm's length, panic button, and that bus or the device needs to be connected with nearest police station, so that if there is any mishap happen, the passenger can press that button and the message goes to the nearest police station as well as to the, any health center. So that's the kind of, change which is happening. And from our side, using our IoT technology, we are ready to provide those kind of solutions to help Government of India's objective. So, and there are, solutions which are related to software as a service, or there are solutions related to infrastructure as a service, which are again, coming from telco side. So this is just a glimpse of the kind of portfolio. So you'll be amazed to see, there are 40 plus products, if I put it into different categories, are now available from our side, which fall under, 5 key categories. One is, related to connectivity and security. So there are multiple security products which are available, and whether those securities are for your mobile phone or for your laptops, or for the, the pipes which are customers using to get bandwidths. So those are kind of security and connectivity products are available. There are products related to business communication, which are again, traditional products like PRIs, or there are, since the IPification is happening, so there are products related to, the IP-based calling, the products like SIP and a lot of audio conferencing solutions. The third category is the enterprise mobility, which is a traditional mobile business from our side as a telco. Internet of Things, we are talking about IoT-based solutions, which I just talked about, whether it's a smart campus or a smart city. And then there are products related to cloud, which fall under both, the software as a service as well as infrastructure as a service category. So this is the overall, strength of we as a Vodafone Idea Limited, business services. So within Vodafone Idea, we have a business, enterprise division called Vodafone Idea Business Services. And these are the few attributes which talks about that how big is this business, both in terms of, the revenue, which is close to $1.1 billion revenue, which we are delivering from the, the enterprise side. There are close to 8.5 million mobility customers. There are close to 5.6 million IoT users. We are billing it to close to 300,000. We are every month. So that's the advantage being a telco, that we know all these 3 lakh customers because we are billing it to them on a monthly basis and collecting money. So that's the strength what we have, that we know complete insighting about our customers. Being a telco, we know that what kind of a data, what kind of websites they are using. Even though, we can't share on an individual basis, but now government has allowed us to use that data at an aggregated level and use that analytics to do mobile-based marketing for our customers. So those are the areas, which we are working on. Apart from, pan-India presence or the full portfolio which I have talked about, the one part which you should see is that, generally when I interact with channel partners, the partners from the IT side, their perception is that we are a telco and we only sell SIM card. Whereas now, 22% of our business is coming from non-mobility. And that portion is growing very fast in different categories. And that's where, is the value addition which you as an IT partner can leverage. And the other part is that we are the only telco, who is having a cloud aggregated platform, meaning that, we have a platform where all these software as a service products are available, where our customers can buy these products on a subscription. Whether a customer needs a 5 licenses or a 50 licenses or 500 licenses, and whether they need those licenses for a month or for 6 months or 12 months or 2 years, they can buy these products on a subscription basis. So that's the kind of platform which is available with us. And again, the kind of partnership which we are building up, whether it's related to AWS, Microsoft, Google, IBM or Control-S, we are building up a partnership so that as a telco, how can we pick up adjacent products and help our customers in their digital journey. So this is all from my side, we all are available. There is a Vodafone team available, outside this room. So I would suggest and encourage that if you have any queries, if you feel that as an IT partner, if the convergence is happening at the end customer space, how can you leverage the platform which we as a telco are providing it to you to help, first of all, your customer in their digital journey. And obviously, at the end of the day, you as a channel partner, you have to grow your business. And I feel that there are a lot of gaps which you as partner are currently leaving at the table for customers, for your competitors. So you can leverage this portfolio and help your customers to grow as well as help your own business also to grow. Thank you so much.